Based on the title of the video, they already know what this is. So, we're just gonna talk about Godzilla vs. Kong. Woo. Now, it's not really a review. It's more just our thought. Well, I mean, it's kind of a review.
It's a review. It's a discussion.
It's a discussion.
It's a discussion.
About the giant lizard versus the giant monkey.
Yeah. Is that gonna make people angry?
No. I mean, it shouldn't. If it does, then they got fucking problems. Because, I mean, like, obviously, if you've seen, like, I got like 2 or 3 videos on my account, Godzilla based. If you can't figure it out that I love Godzilla, and I'm allowed to call him a fucking lizard, then you can kiss my ass.
I was talking about the monkey part.
Oh, I mean, I really don't care about that.
Alright, so gorilla versus Kong.
Shut the I'm not adding that clip. Fuck you. Anyway, so, what did you think of the film?
It was fun. It was fun. It felt short, though.
It did feel a little bit short, but I think it's just because it was so fast-paced.
Yeah, I think it was just boom, 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 one thing to the next, and then it was over, and I was like, oh, okay.
That ending shot really got to you, didn't it? Oh, by the way, spoilers. I don't give a shit about that shit, so say whatever you want to say.
Spoiler right now, walk
Get
away.
Get your face out of the microphone. God. No, but yeah, it did kind of end quickly. And, you know, like we were talking about earlier, I think that there was supposed to be more with, like, monster shots. But they were just like, can't do any of that, so just give us Kong in the Hollow Earth and done.
Yeah, it felt very... like it was lacking a lot.
Well, I mean, at least the right guy won. I mean... But, you know, I personally think nobody should be shocked that Godzilla won. Like I said, spoilers.
No.
But it isn't even about, like, in-universe reasons. Toho has contracted rules basically about what Godzilla can and can't do in a film. And while Godzilla can, in theory, lose a battle, he can't die, and their executive team was deeply involved in the making of this movie.
Yeah, so they were like, no.
They
Our
were,
boy on top.
They were probably they were kind of like, you know, he won in the 60s, Kong, so this time, I think Godzilla's gonna win.
And the people on the side of Kong can, you know, still say, well, he conceded, so it's not a full win, but...
Well, yeah, no, Kong...
He conceded after realizing that he would be murdered if he continued.
Kong did... Yeah, I mean, Kong put up a decent fight. I never wanted the fucking giant ape to be murdered, but I did want him to lose. And you know what? He lost!
I think he was... At first, he thought that he could whoop Godzilla's ass like he does everything else, but then realized he is no longer in his own area, and he is not the boss of everywhere. He was the boss of his island.
Yeah, if you want to look at it in universe, I mean, he really didn't fight anything his own size. Everything, well, as far as we know, I mean, there is that one prequel comic where he fights that giant demon bat-looking thing I showed you that one time. Kamazotz, I think its name is.
Dumb name.
Yeah, well, I mean, the bat thing, it looks cool, but I haven't read that comic, so I have no idea how that... Apparently that battle is one of the reasons why Skull Island is all fucked up in the film.
Oh.
Is because, I guess, that bat thing does something that makes the storm go over.
Does it have weather powers?
I don't know, Ghidorah had weather power, so...
Yeah, that's why I'm confused, because I feel like Ghidorah's the only one with weather powers, other than Rodan accidentally causing giant winds.
Well, he's
farting his way past.
He's a giant bat, maybe he moved the storm somehow?
I don't know.
I don't know. Either way, according to what I've read, the giant bat thing is supposed to be one of the causes for the island being all fucked up. But anyway, my point being is that Kong has never really fought anything like that. Like Godzilla. In this universe.
It's like when,
He's still young, too. Like, in terms of monsters, we know Godzilla's been around since ancient times.
Yeah.
But this Kong has been around for, okay, he was a youngin' during the 70s, so, I mean, he's old for humans, but in terms of monsters, he's fucking young.
And it's like when animals don't grow up with a fear of humans, so they just, like, walk right up to them, thinking that they don't have to worry. He just was like, oh, I can take this, I fought everything else, so...
Yeah, and the first time he did it, it was in water, which, you know, that was
out of his element.
That was a great idea. And fact. And you know, one thing too that I wanted to bring up before, but I never had a chance was, you know, when Godzilla's dragging Kong down in the water.
Yes.
We see them fire your favorite scene in the world, all them depth charges.
Oh my god.
Well, they fire all the depth charges, and they get that huge of them going off in the water.
Yeah.
You know, they never really actually show us, like, Godzilla getting confused in the water. And on the second time I watched the film, when you weren't here, I got it in my head that, what if they didn't show us Godzilla letting him go because of the depth charges, because he actually just let him go? I thought after the second viewing that that was Godzilla actually just being like, oh, I don't care about that shit, but I'm letting your ass go because he doesn't want to kill him. No. Like, one thing I got upset about, not reading, actually, I watched a video from this guy who went way too deep into the film. It's a Godzilla movie, alright? Like, people listening to me, people who watch my channel, when somebody says, why are you getting so upset about a Star Wars movie? It's about space wizards. That's demeaning the argument. I understand that. Godzilla is on a tier or two below Star Wars in terms of credibility in the story. Forgive me if I say Godzilla does not have that much depth to it. Okay, Gojira 1954 and Shin. Maybe. Because I can't stand Shin that much. I know there are Shin fans. Shin's okay. I don't like it that much.
Good for you if you're a Shin fan.
Did you have a hard time with that movie?
I had a real hard time. As someone with ADHD, that's not for me.
Well, look, point is that we appreciate Shin for what it is. Doesn't mean we're going to watch it all the fucking time. What the fuck was my point? No, okay. Someone went real deep into, like, the themes of this film, and the power balance, and, it's just, alright, calm down. And one of his points was that Godzilla, because he's shown himself in all the past films to be this alpha predator, he's got to kill Kong. He's got to murder him to establish... And I went, okay, first of all, he killed the two Mutos because those are two species that are directly in conflict with his own. And he killed Ghidorah because he's a fucking space dragon that came down to Earth to conquer and, I don't know, terraform the entire planet for some unknown purpose. He didn't kill Rodan. No. Admittedly, he submitted. He didn't kill any other monsters. And we read about in the end credits of King of the Monsters how every time a monster showed up to a city, a human city, he would basically make them go away.
Yeah.
If they pissed him off, he could easily kill them. So in my mind, what I'm trying to say about that first fight when Kong gets back up on the boat, I think Godzilla let him go because Godzilla, at least in this filmography, is not all about murdering the other monster.
No.
It's about, if I've beaten you, fuck off. And Kong admittedly has a problem with that because he doesn't know when to sit the fuck down. But like some people have said after the last fight when Godzilla's stepping on his chest, and he has kind of a moment of like, alright, I'm done. He was also kind of like, that's kind of interesting how you didn't give up, so I'm going to let you live anyways. I mean, he could have very easily just been like, you're dead, but then he would be dead from the other monster in this movie.
Well, and it's not some like Alpha Chad bullshit of whose dick is the biggest. It's just, I keep this shit so it's not a fucking disaster. Don't fuck it up, or we're going to have to talk about it. That's all it is.
And we didn't see Kong's swinging ape peen, is what you're saying?
No, there was a severe lack of Kong dick.
Well, what about Godzilla dick?
It's in its sheath.
We do admittedly see the sheath, but there's no peen.
It's because it's put away. Who do you think he's gonna get horny from fighting a giant ape?
That's one of the big conspiracy theories for the film. Is that one monster that eats that crab thing is a mini Godzilla? Remember that doofy looking dog reptile thing that like Kong's running through the Hollow Earth and those crabs all stand up and that one thing just.
Oh.
That's conspiracy. That's
chunky boy.
Yeah, that's a conspiracy. That's a baby Godzilla.
I hope so.
I severely doubt it, but
little chunky boy.
But was there anything you didn't like about the film? I mean, there are things I don't like about it, but it's nothing that's gonna wear me down from watching it again.
I don't like that they introduced, what's his name, Ren?
Ren Sarazawa.
I don't like that they introduced him
And did nothing
and
with him.
did absolutely nothing with him. That bothers me. Because giving him the name Sarazawa makes me feel like there should be so much more, and he just fucking Pacific rimmed around the Mecha Godzilla until it electrocuted him to death and took off without him.
I like that. Pacific rimmed around the Mecha Godzilla. No, from what I understand, and you don't know this obviously, but I've been looking around, and people who have read the novelization of the book say he has way more character in there.
Good, that's what I was hoping.
And he has more character, obviously, in probably the cut scenes, because there's 5 hours of material, but we only got 2, because Adam Wingard is Adam Wingard. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if he's dead. Maybe the books will say whether or not he's dead.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it didn't actually kill him and he comes back, because I want to know why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah, it's pretty hardcore to go from, well, my dad literally brought Godzilla back to life because he was on the verge of death, basically, to I'm going to build a mecha that's going to murder him, and I'm going, because like the what I thought was going to be more expounded upon was Ren being like, my dad never loved me and loved Godzilla more and wasn't around, so I built this mecha to get my revenge. But really, he just kind of seems like a dude that's, yeah, my dad was a big deal and I'm here now.
Like, if he could have had any name, and I would have been like, okay.
Yeah, his name could have been like, I don't know, Kobayashi, you know?
Yeah, anything. Like, he could have been any character at all, and it wouldn't bother me.
Yeah.
It's the fact that he's a Sarazawa.
Mm-hmm.
What is like, why? Why?
It adds nothing.
And it could add so much.
If they do continue with more films, which I think they will, but if they do, hopefully, yeah, he does come back as, they zapped my brain, but I managed to live somehow, you know. We're getting into the realm where they have crazy technology anyway, so who's to say what they can and can't do?
I mean, he didn't, like, there wasn't smoke coming off of him or anything.
I think there was smoke.
Not a lot.
Oh,
I didn't see any singed flesh.
Well, it's a PG-13 film.
So?
They can't show singed flesh.
Why not? They showed Kong ripping the head off of a bat creature and then sucking the juices out.
Because PG-13 rules say, if it's not red human blood, it's okay.
Okay, singed flesh is black, not red.
Point is that they didn't show that because they couldn't, so go fuck yourself. Secondly, something I didn't like. I am not a person. I am not stupid enough to watch a Godzilla movie and bitch about the human characters. And let me tell you, I know a couple of my people who watch my channel, and hi, I haven't been here for a while. If any one of you want to come to me and say, well, the human character... Shut up. Shut the fuck up. They're all bad. All of them are bad. It's just a matter of how bad they are. Really. Because, I swear to God, King of the Monsters got the same thing. I didn't care about Millie Bobby Brown and her mom and her dad. Oh God, they're so bad. Just get back to the monster action. Name me one good character from any of the Godzilla movies that weren't from Gojira and weren't from Shin. Because I can't even remember any of the fucking character names from Shin. Guess what? I can name more characters from the goddamn Showa era. Mr. Takao, or as they like to call him, Taco. Then there's the fucking Megalon characters. Roxad and his fucking uncle slash dads, because they're pretty fucking gay. But point is, I'm not going to have the audacity to make a review and be like, humans are terrible in a Godzilla film, but the action was cool. No fucking shit. What movie are you watching?
That's the point. Unless
The
it's
humans
Shin.
in this film pissed me off more than any other MonsterVerse film, but they were supposed to, because that was their point. Walter Simmons pissed me off.
Oh God.
His fucking not Michelle Rodriguez's daughter pissed me the fuck off. Everyone, including the fucking Monarch people, because they were being so stupid, pissed me off. Alexander Skarsgård, I can't say his last name right. He pissed me off, but he was kind of a cornflake, not really a big deal character, so he didn't bother me that badly. What the fuck was her name? Eileen, I think is her name.
The mouth.
What? Yeah, with the mouth, as I call her, the lady who was signing to Kong and signing to the little girl, basically the stepmom.
Yeah.
Her character was so stupid. Like, I don't hate her because she's a dumb human character. No, I'm just saying that in universe she's dumb because she's around Kong all the time. She's the Kong whisperer, and she never once caught the little girl Gia fucking signing to Kong or him signing back to her. He's just like, oh, why didn't you tell me? Well, because Kong didn't want you to know. That's good enough for anything. But you're stupid. Oh yeah, let's move Kong to the Antarctic and let him go find this magic energy thing because this guy who you apparently worked with at some point. And I think that there's some connection there because like when he showed up, the little girl was like, you're nervous, and she's like, I'm not nervous. I think again that's probably some cut content where they were supposed to have like maybe more of a background.
They must
there.
have been together back in the day.
Yeah, but the filmmakers Adam was just like, cut that all out. I don't give a shit. But she was just so dumb, and that's. I'm not gonna say that like it's the worst human character I've ever come across in a Godzilla film because
it's definitely not.
We watched Godzilla's Revenge, and that little kid. I hope he gets run over by a truck in universe. In real life, he's probably an old man now. He's cool. Fuck his character. Holy goddamn shit. Point is though, she pissed me off. Mm-hmm. Millie Bobby Brown, her friend Josh in universe. I don't know what the actor's name is. And Bernie, they didn't piss me off. They were fine. They were very comedic relief, but they didn't do anything that pissed me off.
Yeah. I was a little disappointed with Madison because she was such like a huge part of King of the Monsters that it feels like they just brought her back to have Millie Bobby Brown in their movie again.
They probably did. I mean,
which is like whatever.
She's an up and coming star.
I enjoyed like any time it cut back to those three because like you said, it's the comic relief.
Yeah, she can act, you know.
Yeah, but she just like it also felt like such a switch, which I guess would happen, you know, if you went through the trauma of King of the Monsters existing as a human being in that. Mm-hmm. But like all of a sudden she's just this like conspiracy theory crazed like mini Karen almost. Not like full Karen, but like with the crazy eyes. Like she had my mom's crazy eyes.
That one scene when she's like this with the eyes.
It's like, whoa, dude, what happened here? Which I guess is just trauma.
I feel like she also could have just been playing up the whole conspiracy thing just to get on Bernie's good side. Like maybe she's not full conspiracy theory, but she obviously believes the shit he says.
Yeah. About
the monsters.
I don't know. This is how I gotta talk to this guy.
I don't know if you caught that one thing. His podcast. One of them was like, was it like Mothra larva? Like who's the daddy or something? It was some stupid question about like Mothra's baby's conception. I don't know. It was something about Mothra, and you love everything to do with Mothra. But
I do.
I think that they probably brought her back because they were like, well, shit, we got her for King of the Monsters. It would be a waste not to use Millie Bobby Brown because not everyone, but quite a few people probably be like, well, she's in that movie. I'll go watch it, you know?
You know what else surprised me about this movie?
What?
Which is probably dumb on my part, but as someone who only watched 2 of the trailers and only once for each of them, I felt like it was very, very heavily on Kong, way more than I anticipated it to be. I thought it was going to be more evenly, like...
dispersed?
Yeah, but it just felt like the Kong movie, and Godzilla would show up every now and then.
It feels like an unofficial sequel to Kong Skull Island.
It did, and that was like, it kind of bummed me out almost, because like the whole time I was excited every time Godzilla came on screen, but then it was just like a flash of him, and then he'd be gone, and I'm like, well, okay, bye.
Yeah, there are some people online, like, I wouldn't take it as far as some of the other fans. I know you're not saying that, but some of the fans online are, like, saying, oh, they did Godzilla dirty in this movie. And I'm like, I don't really see it that way. I see it more along the lines of he's already, like, such a big figure in this universe. and he is the one with the 2 movies behind him.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it was like, well, he's already established, and we've only had the 1 Kong movie, and it was when it was Little Kong, not even Big Kong.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to establish Kong more. And I guess they made up for it in the fact that whenever Godzilla was on screen, he was the presence.
Yes.
I feel like even when they were fighting, but I'm a Godzilla fan, and I wanted Godzilla to win, so maybe this is my own point of view. Whenever they were fighting, too, I felt like the focus was more of like... I felt like it was Godzilla, but Kong obviously won round 2, whatever the fuck that means, even though Godzilla got 2 seconds later, and then proceeded to rip fucking Kong's chest open. I mean, that's gonna be a scar that he'll never forget. It's just like...
They better keep it.
I'm sure they will if they ever make another one. Be like, oh, how do you get all them scars? A giant radioactive lizard.
He just has like a flashback, a sepia-toned flashback.
Starts screaming. Oh, he's like Rain Man Kong. Oh God, Zilla.
I guess if it like, I could see it. Them leaning it more towards Kong in this one to kind of open up the MonsterVerse, like open people up to the idea of the MonsterVerse expanding with different monsters instead of just focusing on Godzilla. Now that I think about it that way.
Well, yeah, because you know the 2 biggest money makers of this series so far have been 2014's Kong Skull Island. King of the Monsters sadly appears to be the one to make the least money out of the 4,
which I don't understand. Maybe I'm just biased.
Me neither. I think, just harp on King of the Monsters for a second, I think one of the things that was bad for that film was that it came out like 1 or 2 weeks after Endgame, and I think too many people were just out of money to go see movies at that point.
Fuck Marvel.
Yeah, man, I'm tired of Marvel too. But I think if they had pushed it back a little bit further, it would have been better for it. Although, that argument has been kind of attacked by other people because movies all year in 2019 were doing bad, except for Marvel movies. Even the Star Wars film, Rise of Skywalker, my bad. Actually, no, I said it right the first time. Rise of Dick Walker didn't make as much money as Marvel and Disney thought it would. I'm not Marvel. I mean LucasArts.
You doing
LucasArts?
okay?
Lucasfilm.
You doing okay?
No, I had a stroke. Lucasfilm and Disney, Marvel, fuck me, thought it would do better than it did. But then again, how can you expect that movie to do any good when the last one was such dog shit? But anyway, I think King of the Monsters was unlucky, which is sad because Mike Dougherty clearly has the greatest, biggest boner for all the monsters. But, I mean, he treated Godzilla with such reverence. So I hope he comes back and makes that Biollante movie you want so badly.
I would shit in my pants. I would buy diapers to wear to watch that so I could shit while watching it.
I don't think that would be necessary.
You don't know.
You could just, like, go before the movie starts.
No.
I want, and this is a shout out to a guy on Twitter. I don't know his fucking name, so maybe if I find it, I'll put it up there. The greatest sequel to this, and a Godzilla sequel in my mind, would be, and this is not my idea, so don't say I took it.
Insert screenshot here.
I'll try and find it. But his idea was Godzilla movie that has Biollante and Hedorah both at the same time. So Hedorah somehow, you can magic some bullshit in. He's an alien in the old movie, so maybe he's another alien, or maybe it's something to do with Ghidorah's blood. I don't know. But the super pollution monster that kills everything that it goes near because it's nothing but raw death. And the super plant monster, Biollante. And you could have it to where Godzilla ends up having to fight one or the other or both at one or either time. And, maybe Biollante has to fight Hedorah at some point. Maybe Biollante has to fix what Hedorah destroys. Because it'd be cool to have a movie where you think, you know, that thing is like the bigger, like the big bad, but it's actually like not really. Because, okay.
Hear me out, alright? The flies that were feeding on Kevin's head, okay?
Yo.
They go and, I don't know, get snatched up by a bird that eats bugs. That bird flies out into the ocean on one of those giant, gross masses of human garbage that's just become its own island. And then it shits everywhere and has little bird babies, but they're all infected, right? And it turns, it mutates the island of shit and garbage into Hedora. So that's creeping in, right? But over there, Biollante, I don't know how she happens, but she happens.
Well, they did. Mike had
a Venus flytrap snaps up one of them flies.
Well, that'd be kind of cool. They were both like born of the same thing, but one went the one way and one went the other. But they did have that one reference in the end of King of the Monsters. There was that random forest that bloomed in the Sahara Desert that they couldn't explain. And obviously they didn't mention it in this movie because they got some other things going on. I think they could definitely do it. I would just find it very interesting because, you know, you would have... Because Biollante in her film wasn't really used as something that would grow, but clearly she grows all kinds of plants around her.
Yes.
And even, there was a comic that came out mid-2000s, I think, and the whole comic was basically about how the Earth had been ruined by Godzilla and all the other monsters fighting, and they found like a sapling or something, the last remnant of Biollante, and they were trying to protect it the entire like comic series because they wanted to use that to replant like all the forests on the Earth. So clearly people have thought up this idea that Biollante can be a growing machine for plants.
Yeah, and like Godzilla sees Biollante and is like, oh fuck, gotta fight this thing because it's fucking everything up. But then Hedora comes creeping in out of the ocean, starts fucking shit up. They're fighting, but then they team up against Hedora, and then Biollante has to sacrifice herself and then glittery pollen dust onto Hedora to just fucking destroy.
Or it has to use the pollen in Hedora's goop to help spread the pollen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right up Mike's alley. That's all I'm saying.
Mike, listen up.
Yeah, Mike's really gonna listen to this fucking video, right?
Don't dream it, be it.
I hate you. Anyway, we're going on a little long, so this is kind of a review of Godzilla vs. Kong, I guess. Is there anything else you wish would have happened, or things you felt?
Yeah, the fucking end scene. The after credits scene.
Okay, well, supposedly it's been said, and I think it's been confirmed, that the end credits was supposed to have a Mothra larva show up, which was teased at the end of King of the Monsters. What I think happened, and I'm just going to say it for my people because I already told you, what I think happened because Adam Wingard said that the end credits scene, they kind of just worked into the last scene of the film, and they have that Kong in the Hollow Earth scene. I think that the film was supposed to end with Godzilla going into the ocean, kind of like 2014. Credits, and then after credits was supposed to be kind of like a jump to monsters and what they're doing type situation. So, hey, Godzilla's doing this. Hey, Rodan is doing this. Hey, Mothra is doing this because she's just been born. And here's Kong in the Hollow Earth having a good time. There, we've shown you where all the monsters are. So for in the future, we know what they're doing. But clearly, I think that Adam Wingard said, I'll just do the Kong at the end and fuck all the other monsters.
I've been robbed.
Hey, I forgot. Do you like Mothra?
I filled out the paperwork for my legal name change and put Mothra as my legal middle name.
I wonder what the people who are going to see that will think.
I don't care.
Mothra? Well, I'm sorry. Hopefully, a lot of people want Mothra to be in the next film, so maybe they'll put Mothra back in.
And Mike, I've never gotten that necklace. Just saying.
It's been about a year since we made that King of the Monsters video.
Yeah, and I'm offended. My birthday's in July.
I don't think he responds to a lot of people on Twitter.
he should respond to this.
Maybe, but I doubt he's going to see this. Anyway, I definitely think that the fights were long enough. I did like the monster designs mostly. I think Godzilla was a little too blue sometimes.
His like neck glowies kind of spooked me.
His gills lighting up.
Yeah,
he was a little too neon for me, but it was fine. Like I didn't have a problem with it. But just calm down on him, like doing his like intimidation display. Like I think they.
Oh yeah, he was like booping a lot.
But then again, he was searching out King Ghidorah, so he was probably just like, "Where is that fucker? I know you're out here. I sense you."
Also, his vagina mouth. That was really funny. That made me laugh, actually.
Yeah, I was a little too close up on his fucking mouth, and you could see all the little flaps inside.
His mouth looked like a vagina.
Okay, thank you for the information. I think... Okay, what would you rate all the MonsterVerse films so far? Like, best to least best?
Alright, starting at the top. King of the Monsters. Next. I'd probably put GVK next, just because I really did enjoy it. Skull Island, 2014.
Is it because of Ford Brody?
I don't like Ford. I grew up in Ohio.
Hey.
Southern Ohio.
Hey.
He reminds me of everybody I went to high school with.
That's not fair. If you don't like Fords, you should just get a Mustang.
I'm leaving.
What do you mean? That was a good joke. That was a good joke. No, sit down. Sit your ass down. I'm exactly the same, except I would flip Kong Skull Island 2014. The only reason is my lizard wasn't in Skull Island, so therefore Skull Island's at the bottom.
That's fair.
I mean, he was like on the cave painting.
I just like nose, you know? That guy with the nose in Skull Island.
What nose?
Guy with the nose. The writer guy.
The writer with the nose? What are you talking about?
Am I thinking about a different movie?
The writer with the nose? What did he do in the movie?
He was a writer.
There was no writer in Skull Island.
What the fuck movie? Yeah, there was, wasn't it?
Who was he played? You don't know names.
The dude with the big ass nose.
What are you talking about?
Hold up. Am I fucking making a fool of myself right now?
The end of this video is gonna be so weird now.
Hold on. It's cool.
No, it's not cool.
Everything's fine.
Writer with the nose? Are you talking about King Kong 2005? With Adrian Brody with his fat nose?
Maybe.
Why would you bring up King Kong 2005?
Hold on, I fucked up, alright?
When did you even last see that film?
No, I know exactly what I'm talking about, and apparently it's Tom Hiddleston. Okay.
What? A writer?
Okay, you know what? Shut up.
A writer?
Listen.
Tom Hiddleston being a writer?
I was mixing up the two of them, but I'm thinking about Tom Hiddleston.
What the fuck?
Anyways.
What the fuck? Help me.
I have to go now.
No, you don't. Oh my god. Alright, well, now that we have them listed out, well, if you had to pick out of 10 stars, what would you give it?
7.
7's about right. Well, anyway, that was our discussion of Godzilla vs. Kong. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back with... Oh, fuck that shit.
Hit the bell icon.
Shut up.
Donate to the Patreon.
Oh, yeah, the Patreon I haven't checked in like a year. Fuck me. Anyway, yeah, give me money, please. I'm living out of a shack in the Home Depot parking lot.
I love you all.
Ugh.